Hi, Rich Tabor with RPM News Weekly here in Middleborough, Massachusetts. Mitsubishi has given us a wonderful presentation tonight, and I'm here with Nate Berg, Director of Product Planning. Behind me are the Eclipse Cross and the Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV. How's everything going tonight, Nate?
Great. Glad everybody can come out. Glad we can show off the two new vehicles we introduced this year, the Outlander PHEV and the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross.
It's a good audience. Lots of folks from the New England Motor Press Association here in attendance. Some good questions came about. One of the things that I'm curious about is that the Eclipse Cross takes a different form from its past. How has it been received in the American audience?
Yeah, it's been received really well, actually. So the people that are interested in the Eclipse Cross are interested in a different type of SUV. Something that stands out, something that's fun to drive, something that's stylish, and something that has a lot of technology. And to us, that's what Eclipse name meant, and that's why we have chose to call it the Eclipse Cross.
Well, you know, I suppose that there's some folks who just can't get away from the original Eclipse and maybe are saying, well, this doesn't have what I want as far as being a sports car. I mean, I would say from the looks of it that you've definitely captured the sporty appeal, and audiences have changed. And you know, the wave of towards the crossover small SUVs is enormous, and I would imagine you're hitting the target there.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. Audiences have changed. So the audience that buys a two-door sports car is much smaller today than it was 20 years ago or so when the Eclipse was popular. But that audience has grown up also, and that audience still wants something fun to drive. They still want something stylish, and this Eclipse Cross SUV or CV is perfect for that audience.
Now with the smaller engine, it's a 1.5 liter if I'm not mistaken, it still delivers though on the punch side. You're getting some good horsepower and torque out of that.
Yeah, it's an all-new powertrain, 1.5 liters, direct injected turbo powertrain. We're using it for the first time in this vehicle. And the torque especially is incredible on that engine. So the off-the-line acceleration, the acceleration response is really great and really impressive the first time you drive that vehicle, the first stoplight you accelerate from.
Well, I can't wait to get in and test drive it. I'm sure we'll have some opportunities in the coming weeks to do that. You've also got the Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV, which came to America after it had shown a lot of success elsewhere in the world, especially in the European market, if I'm not mistaken. How's it happening here with the same car?
Yeah, we've had tremendous success so far after launching that Outlander PHEV this year. The audience has been really waiting for that car in the US, as you mentioned. And we've had a lot of success, a lot of interest with people who want a plug-in hybrid technology in a four-wheel drive SUV, which in the mainstream market hasn't existed until now.
Well, one of the things that I know from the audience that we see with electric vehicles, all electric vehicles, is that it's been very slow to catch on here in the United States. Maybe not so much with the hybrids because there's been some popularity. And the PHEV sort of straddles those two worlds. I would like to see a little bit more success in that marketplace. What's some of the struggles that you encounter as far as people adoption? How am I going to be able to get this charged all the time? How easy is this? Does it make sense for me if I live in a condominium? So how are you addressing some of those things?
Sure. So, you heard me say our Outlander PHEV is really the best of both worlds. So it gives you that EV driving range plus the full driving range and capability of a gasoline engine vehicle. So that alone, that fact, puts a lot of people's mind at ease that they can use this vehicle for pretty much anything. And as far as the other, kind of hurdles to technology that we've heard people talk about, we've addressed a lot of them with our Outlander PHEV. For example, we're the only plug-in hybrid vehicle offering DC fast charging capability, which means those people who want to use that EV range more can plug into commercial fast charging stations and charge their battery 80% in about 25 minutes. Getting technology to those people, even if they can't plug in their house maybe, gives them a lot of confidence to buy this new type of plug-in hybrid vehicle.
Has Mitsubishi teamed up with any of the companies that are providing charging services like ChargePoint to make their charging stations a little bit more accessible, perhaps in supermarkets, in malls, as well as in maybe even some of other public locations?
Yeah, so to help our customers use those public charging stations more frequently, we give every customer of the Outlander PHEV a ChargePoint card. It's in the glove box when you buy the vehicle, it's waiting for you. So you have that card already when you buy the vehicle to start using right away, sign up with ChargePoint. utilize their network of, huge nationwide network of chargers so that you can charge at home, charge out in public, wherever you are, right away when you get that vehicle.
And I know it's very easy with the ChargePoint, not only with the card as you're talking about, but also they have an app that you can just bring. If you've got an iPhone, you can just tap the phone right on the station, and it starts to charge. What lies ahead for the PHEV? Will we be seeing some changes in the next year or so? It's already had a refresh, I think, in the European market. Will we be seeing any of that?
Sure, so you're going to see some minor changes in the next year or so with the Outlander PHEV here in the US. So we're bringing a slightly revised styling and some new interior items to the vehicle over the course of the next year or so, in the next model year or two. And then we'll look at the market continuously to see what our customers tell us. Our early customers, after just launching this vehicle in the US, what other enhancements we can still make on this vehicle and continue the great success we've seen so far with it.
Well, it is a very wonderful car to drive. Great the way that you've got a lot of different options about how you handle the powertrain and the power delivery. Lots of success with that car and with the Eclipse Cross. We're here with Nate Berg, Director of Product Planning for Mitsubishi, Rich Taper for RPM News.